If you're looking to advertise, sponsor, or be a guest on CONVO with CINO to talk about your business or event, or you have a powerful story or testimony, email info@convowithcino.com or visit www.convowithcino.com.
Are you ready for inspiring conversations that fuel your success? Look no further than CONVO with CINO. Join us as we dive into the world of business, entrepreneurs, entertainment, fashion, and incredible success stories. Our guests share their secrets to success, and we bring you the insights you need to thrive in today's world. Tune in to CONVO with CINO, the podcast that empowers your journey to greatness. Subscribe now. Visit www.convowithcino.com to listen to our latest episodes and be a part of the conversation. CONVO with CINO, where success meets inspiration.
Now tune in with your favorite host. It's CONVO with Mr. CINO Show. Bring you the latest on the gossip and more. Creating innovative new opportunity. Reliable source to providing info like a news feed. Interviews up close and personal. With high topics and entertainment and how you want it for more. Create a content on a whole different note. Motivating, building up our future with hope. Right here on your number one show. You hear it first like never before. The conversation inspirational. CONVO with CINO. You now tune in with your favorite host. Right here on your number one show. CONVO with CINO. You hear it first, here like never before. The conversation inspirational. CONVO with CINO. You now tune in with your favorite host. Right here on your number one show. CONVO with CINO.
Welcome to another fire episode of CONVO with CINO. It's your man Corey Williams checking in. Question. I got a question for y'all real quick. What's your favorite podcast? Now think about it. Wait a minute. Okay. Because guess what? I'm about to add 2 more to that list because our guest today, I'm telling you, she is incredible. She hosts her own podcast. And again, I'm excited, man. So we're going to have a fire conversation. But before we do that, you know what I need you to do? I need you to hit that like and subscribe button. Tune in to CONVO with CINO. And so look, and thank y'all for just supporting, man, rocking with your boy, trusting me with, just a few moments of your time, man, because I know you could be doing anything. But right now, now rocking with the best CONVO with CINO. But look, so today's guest, I want to introduce this young lady properly. But first of all, she hosts a podcast called Relationship Soup. And my guest today is Lisa Hughes. She's a professor of business administration. She's a publisher and author of the ABCs of Positive Affirmations for Children. I definitely need that book for my daughter, so I'm going to be ordering that. She's an entrepreneur, a creator of unique greeting cards and apparel. And she, she has this podcast and we're talking about relationships. And I was actually a guest on her show. And so we're going to get right into it. But let me play her intro to this show so I can properly introduce this superstar. Woo, man.
Woo!
My intro was hot, but yours is smooth and sexy, man. I like that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Lisa? Welcome to the show.
What's up, CINO? I'm blessed. I'm good. And thank you for the compliment. One of my really good friends, Music Man, Maurice Music Man Monroe, he made that for me. So, hey, he's the business.
Oh.
He's the business.
Okay, Maurice, man, shout out to Maurice, man. I may have to get with him on the outro. I like how you like my intro?
I love it. I was thinking, maybe I need to do something different with mine. You feel me? Like, let me add some things.
No, keep yours sexy, smooth and sexy. I like that. But
That's
yeah,
what's
shout
up.
out to man OBK Trigg who did that, produced it, and wrote the original lyrics. And it was funny, how you can take something and create what you see and put it to paper like that, to rap that or song making music or whatever the case may be. So just creative minds coming together, man. That's what it's about. So that's why
Absolutely.
you hear another creative mind. So introduce yourself for those that don't know you. I gave them a little something, but let's break it down. Who is Lisa Hughes?
Well, my name is Lisa Hughes, and I am the CEO and founder of Relationship Soup, which is basically a platform where we talk about relationships of all kinds. I mean, it's not just about, marriage, dating, single. It's about friends, coworkers, relationship with food, anything you can have a relationship with, we talk about it. So that's been in effect for a minute. We're 25K strong right now. We've done some things, even though I'm a for profit, I got the greeting cards, the apparel, and things like that. Look, I'm for profit, but we definitely keep service at the forefront. So we've done things in the community. We've helped the homeless. We've helped battered women and the youth. All those causes are close to my heart. And so by day, and I gotta be careful saying that. It's such a habit because people be like, "So what do you do?" And I'd be like, "By day, I'm a professor. So I'm a business professor at a local college here, and I'm also an author. I've worked with children for a while. I've had that experience, and so I just really wanted to, put something out there for kids. And I love to write, so I was like, let me go ahead and you know, start writing, right? So I wrote a few manuscripts that I still need to publish. I just need an illustrator, right? But
Hmm.
I did publish the ABCs of Positive Affirmations for Children. So yeah, so that's just basically me. I like long walks on the beach and and sunsets.
That's what's up, man. That's very interesting. So let me ask you this. So I get this question a lot. I mean, because it
Mhm.
seems like you do a lot. How do you balance the things that you do? What's your schedule? With being a business admin, and family. Do you have children as well?
No, I don't have any kids, and that's one reason
Oh,
why
okay.
I'm so passionate about like my books and stuff like that, and doing things for and with the youth because I don't have no chillins. I don't have no kids,
Okay, okay,
so
okay.
I'm gonna
No,
give
no
back
kid
that way.
gang.
You know.
Yeah, I was there for a while. I was no kid gang for a while. I started late. So shout out to my baby girl Christina Williams. But
Oh.
how do you balance? I mean, because I know you still do a lot. Kids or no kids. How do you balance that?
Okay, so like for me, I have to make sure that I bring balance by taking breaks and meditating and all that and doing my self care. Like that has to be a part of it. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I have lists or lists. No, I have lists, and I set an alarm for everything, and I just really prioritize. And one thing that I've learned to do because I used to be so intense, where like I'm pressured. Oh, I got to do all this, and I'm all over the place. So I just start incorporating like lists and prioritizing things, self care, and different things like that, just to bring some balance. And then I give myself some grace too. Like, okay, so maybe I didn't get this done today. I can do this the next day. So honestly, it's just that's just a little bit that I do. Like I have to
Yeah.
look. I got my list right now, everything that I got to do today. But
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
try to prioritize and just different stuff like that. So.
yeah. And side note, I know you're busy. I know you got a list because even getting you scheduled for this interview was 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 challenging. At the least.
We don't talk.
Challenging,
We don't
challenging to
talk.
get on your schedule. Yeah, I'm busting you out. Challenging to get on your schedule. You're a very busy woman, so I
Yeah.
appreciate your time. Appreciate your time. So so let's talk about the podcast.
Yes.
Because I think you may have a lot of listeners that may want to may tune into your show like wanting like the dirt or the gossip or the
Mhm.
so what are some of the topics that you kind of touch on your show?
Well, we talk about relationships of all kinds, right? So we've talked about uh, domestic abuse. We've talked about relationship with food, your health, finances, growing your own food. We've talked about forgiveness, mother son relationships, father daughter relationships in the aspect of, so we talk about various things. And although, let's just keep it all the way 1000, those, podcasts where you get the tea and the gossip and all that stuff, they're out there and they're very successful. And I don't knock it, right? Because I ain't gonna lie, I follow a few of them. But with Relationship Soup, I really wanted um, a podcast where we're really like planting seeds and getting understanding and things of that sort. Because, one of the things I really want to do with this podcast is kind of curb the divisiveness that's out there. I mean, let's just keep it real. Social media is a beautiful thing, but we can also attest that sometimes it's like, it can be divisive. So, I really just want to plant seeds and just, put out a product where you see, men and women having healthy conversations. And it ain't all the bashing, well, such and such ain't ish, and women ain't this, and men, we ain't doing that. It's okay if you feel that way. Well, let's get to the root of why you feel that way, right? Or why maybe, the people that you're around that feel that way and different things like that. So my whole premise is I just want something that plants seeds that's positive because I believe understanding is key. Because if you have understanding, you know, maybe that can kind of curb some of the divisiveness, and maybe that can kind of curb some of the misconceptions and things of that sort. So that's that.
No, no, that's key because and when I think about that word understanding, not to get too religious, but I'm a spiritual brother, man of God.
Yes.
But the Bible says, with all thy getting, get an
Yeah,
understanding.
understanding.
And so that's the first thing that I think we should do. And that's why I'm always focused on the solution. Like, if I'm listening
Facts.
to something, I need a solution. I don't want to just hamper on a problem. And
Facts.
even if somebody called me like, okay, you got I'm gonna give you 5, maybe 10 minutes to talk about to get that off your chest. You know what I'm saying? To release that what happened, the scenario, what happened. But after that, the next 20 minutes, 15, however long we talk, we need to be focusing on a solution.
Absolutely.
Because a lot
Absolutely.
of people just like sitting on the nail and complaining. You know what I'm saying? And they say, like the story goes, the dog sitting on the nail moaning, and they say, well, why don't he just get up? Because it's not hurting bad enough. So a lot of people are just not hurting bad enough to get out of their situation, and they just want to pour that grief, that pain, that sorrow on somebody else, or just continue to be in that state of negativity, of unhealthiness, and that goes to your health. So when you're emotionally unhealthy, you're gonna be physically unhealthy as well. So that's why people
Facts.
ask me all the time, why you smile? Why you so happy? Because I'm happy inside. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
yeah, man. So that's dope. So what has been some of the hottest topics that the most can you like recall any of your most heated shows or topics? What's been the most heated one? I'll say. I'm trying to
Um,
get a little messy right now too.
you know what? But that's the
Out of
thing.
all that I just said, yeah, we about to get messy now. All right, let's go.
All right. All right. All right. Well, we can go there. Okay. So as far as on the podcast, um, the hottest topics, right? I would say was my interview. It wasn't heated. Now I'm gonna give you the heated, and I'm gonna give you what was hot because actually all my topics are hot, right? All my
Yeah,
guests are dynamic. All my topics are hot, right? I
absolutely.
would say I had a guest, Josh Powell, and he played for the Lakers previously and different stuff like that. And so he was just really talking about like his plight with like his journey from being in the NBA to being a father, being a husband, and just different things like that. And that was really hot because there were so many seeds in that episode that that was just one of the hottest, right? Now, as far as messy, okay, so can I take it to the forum? Can I take it to the social media forum? Can I
Come
do
on,
that?
come on. Yeah, because you got. Make sure y'all follow her because her social media following is like bananas. So make sure y'all tap in. What is it? Relationship Soup on
Yeah,
social
now
platforms. Okay.
On Facebook, it's Relationship Soup Group. So that's how you join the forum, and you'll see, the little number. We 25K strong in there, right? And then of course on IG, Relationship Soup. It's pretty simple. Relationship Soup, and then YouTube's Relationship Soup. Period. Okay. So boom, let's get to this. So the messiest topics in Relationship Soup has been the whole 50-50 discussion. That has gotten really messy in the past.
What you mean,
right?
50-50
50-50
on bills and money?
Facts. Yes.
Okay.
That has been one of the messiest, right? And so, everybody has different opinions and stuff like that, which I like for people to get it out. Get it out in a group. I'm not censoring it. Hey, Facebook gonna censor you, but I'm not gonna censor you, right?
Right.
And so, one thing that I interjected with, because it was pretty heated. My thing was, you just got to find your person, right? And people have different reasons why, like I'm paraphrasing, and people have different reasons why they want to do 50-50 and why some don't. Like, the way I was raised, which has a great impact on how I move in relationships and, things that I look for. I don't know about 50-50, doesn't make me a bad person. That was just my childhood. That's just how I grew up. That's what my father instilled in me, right? And then someone else, they may have grown up, their mother was the breadwinner. So that's why I say that it is so important to get understanding. Because if you have understanding of a person's perspective, their truth, you have no choice but to respect that. And so it ain't all this back and forth. It's not all this divisiveness, but that was one of them. That was one of them topics. It's just like, oh, here we go. There we go.
So your take is you don't do the 50-50. You want, or you do the 50. What do you, so what's your stance on it personally?
I mean, me personally, and it's a vibrational thing. And again, I don't knock nobody that does it. Let me put that disclaimer out there. Okay. I don't knock nobody who does that in their relationships, because you have to find your person. You have to find what works for you. Right. But for me, like, well, I'm divorced now, but that wasn't the reason why I didn't do 50-50. He didn't want to do 50-50. Right. And I tend to be in relationships where that just ain't the go. Now, it's not to say, like, in my marriage, right? You got me talking about all this. Okay. But in my marriage, it's not that my money just went to, well, I don't want to say my money. It was where the income that I made, it went to other things. Like, it went to investments, it went to savings, it went to different things like that, right? And of course, like, he made probably 3 times what I made. So, that's just what it was. So it wasn't me out here buying Louis bags and Christian Louboutins. It wasn't like that. It was still some type of contribution, but he wanted to be the head, and that was fine with me. That works. That just fell in alignment. So that wasn't an issue. That wasn't an issue. It just wasn't an issue. So, yeah.
So, but that was your marriage. So moving forward in relationship, what would you expect? I mean, what would you, if the next guy, Mr. come along and say, hey, it's 50-50. I don't know what you used to, but it's 50-50 over here. So what you doing?
And with all due respect, he needs to find his person. He ain't got the trained eyes.
Hold on.
I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, see, Corey, you starting stuff. You ain't give me no warning. You ain't give me no warning.
I need a little drama on Convo with CINO. We get these ratings up. We get these views up.
Listen, and it's sad that I ain't saying it's sad. I'm saying that's just the way that it works. That's just the time that we in. So I ain't knocking it, but I'm gonna roll with you.
We ain't gonna get too messy, but I get
I'm gonna roll with you though, because I support what you do.
No,
I'm
no
gonna
doubt.
give them what they want.
So
So
they need to find a purpose. So you're gonna
just
keep that
find your
same
person.
momentum. You're gonna keep that same momentum. What if you I mean, but see, that's not a conversation you have when you dating. I mean, I guess like initially dating. Because you don't know. You might really like this person, and if your bag is right, his bag is right, you know what, why not 50-50? You know, if y'all living good, you know, because when you come together, when you look at two people together, you look at their portfolio together. So if I'm 6 figures, you 6 figures, now we multiple 6 figures. Why shouldn't it be 50-50?
I mean, for me, I just feel like I'm just gonna go with what has worked and what I saw my parents do. Like, I'm not taking every aspect of their relationship and applying it to mine, because that was lessons that their soul needed to grow, right? I'm just saying from my own experiences and different things like that. For me, I feel that we can come to a a common ground. There's always a common ground, in my opinion, where it makes sense, right? So for me personally, I you know I just feel we would have to have that discussion and figure it out what's going to be the win-win for both of us in that.
Yeah.
Because I never want a relationship to be one-sided. I don't have no problem listening to my man. Baby, how can I love you better? What is it that you're looking for, and different things like that, right? Because it's not happy wife, happy life. No, 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 no. That's one-sided. And how long is that gonna last? Happy spouse, happy house, right? So that's why I feel like, we would definitely have to have that discussion, to see what would make sense. Because I don't want nobody to be feeling no type of way. I don't want to feel no type of way, because then that breeds resentment and all this other unnecessary stuff. And life has enough adversity as it is. I just want my companion. Let's roll. Let's make this happen, or whatever, and let's make it make sense. So that's that. That's that. So.
Well, here's the thing too, and I respect
Mhm.
that. Let's just be honest. Women get in the bag. Like, y'all get into the bag. So a
Mhm,
lot of women probably now are probably out earning men.
mhm,
You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm,
Like, a lot of guys, especially like in the health field. I mean, nurses. I mean, the beauty industry, fashion. I mean, now women are getting into CDLs and trucking. So women are really taking over all the industries, a lot of the man, quote unquote, man industries. So,
mhm, mhm,
um,
mhm.
so men probably nowadays meet women that make more money than them.
True. And
Would
I'm sorry. Were you saying something else?
no, I'm saying,
Look,
would you
look, look.
agree?
My internet service. We talked about that before the
Oh
show.
no, I hear you fine. You good. You
Okay.
good.
So, um, and that could be very true. And again, I'm just kind of going off of my experiences, conversations I've had. Leadership from my father, rest his beautiful soul.
But hold
Um,
on, with all due respect, I know you keep saying your parents, but that's a different age that they were living. Like, that age back then, 20 years ago, that was like the norm. The man paid a bit, you know what I'm saying? Or 40 years ago, 100, I mean, whenever, that was the norm. I just think nowadays, with technology and how things are moving, entrepreneurship is at an all-time high. People are now
mhm.
getting more into investing. So again, women are probably, I don't know the statistics, but just from what I see, I feel that women are really getting to the bag, and they may be out earning a lot of men, some of the men. You know what I'm
And it's
saying?
definitely case by case. And that's what you have to look at. It's definitely case by case. And again, you got to move accordingly. From my experience, because I can only speak my truth. You know what I'm saying? My truth ain't going to be my cousin's truth. It ain't going to be my BFF's truth. From my experience, right? I have found the men that I had drawn to me over time, and conversations that I've had over time, and even, conversations that have happened in relationship soup, because this relationship soup's been around for a minute. Some men, see, I don't like to say anything as a whole. And that's one thing that I do on the podcast as well. I'm not going to say all, because I don't want nobody to be be feeling offended, because even though we know if it's not applicable to you, but still. So what I'm saying is, from my experience and the men that I have drawn to me, I've found that they like to be the lead. And sometimes when a woman is taking control and different things like this, like that, maybe they are the breadwinner or whatever, they move differently with you. They move differently in a relationship. And again, I can only talk about my experience. You know what I mean? So for me, and what has seemingly worked or whatever, that's just what I'm going to go with. I'm not
Okay.
beyond compromise at the end of the day. But even though, yeah, it's true. Yeah, back in the day, it was this, 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 and this. But a man is still a man. A woman is still a woman. And even
Come
if you
on.
hold on to them spiritual principles, baby, that don't change. Social media ain't gonna change them spiritual principles that was established before you. You feel me? So at the
No.
end of the day, again, find y'all person, because I'm telling you, I was getting the inbox when I had addressed that on the podcast. Find your person. But for me personally, certain things don't change, you know. And again, you gotta find your person. You gotta have those conversations. And nobody is gonna probably, well, let me not say is it possible to find the perfect person? I don't believe the perfect person exists. We're imperfect beings. So the perfect person doesn't exist, but your complement does. So you just
Yeah.
have to find that complement. So for me personally, my life experiences, I ain't speaking on nobody else, because I know couples that are thriving that do 50-50. I also can speak on my brother, him and his wife. They've been married over 30 years. She's never worked, right? She does, and they Gucci. So
Yeah.
again, you have to find your person, and you have to find your complement, and just kind of go from there. I don't knock it. But for me personally, we definitely would have to have the conversation and kind of move from there. Just from based off of my experiences. So
Yeah.
that's that.
Yeah. No, no, that's a good take on it. I know me personally, now I've been married twice. Hold on,
Okay.
hold on. I've been married twice, and I don't. Yeah, I mean, I took care of majority of the bills, and and like you said, I'm a man, so I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really no big deal to me. So yeah, but if that person, if a person makes money, I mean, it's just really, I just think it's comes to an agreement. It's not a big deal, but again, just have my back. That's all at the end of the day.
Oh,
If
absolutely.
I ain't got it, then you got it, and hey, step up. If you got it, I ain't, what I'm saying, vice versa. So I just think it's teamwork when it comes to
Absolutely.
it's just teamwork. So it's not like a set thing. I don't think it should. Well, you said no. It's just no. I need you to help out this time. And then when I get
Absolutely.
home, I get you back or whatever. You get me back. It's just about taking care of each other, man. That's what I feel.
I totally agree. And that's the thing, I can speak on, there was a situation where my husband, he had gotten ill, and like
You got you got some
husband,
words, don't you? Wow.
husband.
Come
And
on
you
now.
know what? I was working at the time, or whatever. And so he had to take some time off. It just is what it is. And but he was the type of personality where he was like, "Yo," even though the doctors was like, "Yeah, you gotta rest. You gotta do this or whatever." He was like, "Yeah, okay, that's cool." But he was like, "I ain't gonna have you doing this for long." So it's not like I'm not gonna step up. I'm always gonna have my man's back. That ain't the
Yeah.
issue. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To be a helpmeet and submissive, that stuff doesn't offend me, because see, that's what I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that idea resonates with my spirit. It might not resonate with the next woman. I ain't telling nobody to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's just, I'm just giving you, I hope that people, the listeners, you or whoever, just get an understanding of why my perspective and why I move like I move. I'm not saying how they do it is wrong. I
Yeah.
am willing to step up. I have stepped up. And, so it's not like where it's, oh, he's doing everything and all I'm doing is eating bonbons. Nah, baby, I'm gonna be your peace and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
That's
mind
right.
incorporating those things, and it never be one-sided with me because it's always a happy medium. And I want my man, I want to compliment his happy. I can't make you happy. I can compliment it
Come
and
on
vice
now.
versa. So
Come on now. Come on.
that's that. But
Woo!
I ain't gonna get a blueprint too much. I ain't gonna get a blueprint too much.
Woo!
I'm just speaking on experience.
Hold on, man. Hold on. We're going to come back with some more fire. Let me pay these bills and do some commercials real quick. We're going to come back. I want to talk about narcissists for a minute before we get up out of here,
Oh,
too. Hold on.
all right.
CONVO with CINO would like to thank Midwest Custom Print specializes in helping small businesses and corporations' digital and print branding come to life. www.midwestcustomprint.com. You think it, we create it. Welcome. I'm Corey S. Williams, an executive director at Legal Shield, dedicated to providing families and businesses with affordable access to the expertise of attorneys. But my journey doesn't stop at just legal services. I'm here to empower individuals, transform lives, and shape futures. Get access to a nationwide network of law firms for only $29 a month for you and your family. Go to www.cinolc.com and click Legal Services to sign up today. If you're looking to advertise, sponsor, or be a guest on CONVO with CINO to talk about your business or event, or you have a powerful story or testimony, email info@convowithcino.com or visit www.convowithcino.com.
All right, cool. So we're back. So
Yes.
So this narcissist thing has been this has been trending. I think this has been like a word that's just been exposed probably since like around the pandemic time, and after the post-pandemic, it seems like the narcissists are winning right now. What's your take on that?
Winning. So tell me, when you think narcissists are winning, are you talking about as far as just like the use of the word, or like people who actually have the position?
The effect that it's having on people. You know what I'm saying? The overall effect that it's having, and the knowledge of it now, because like I said, I think it's been one of those words that just have been, some people, if you can't even tell a simple lie no more, and you become a narcissist. Like, I ate the cookie. Yeah, I didn't eat the cookies, and you got on video. You ate, well, damn, baby, I just didn't. You're a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just keeping it real. You being honest. And now that label is just people just throwing that word out. I think. What's your take on that?
You know what? I think, yeah, absolutely. Like, even with the soft guy era, the soft girl era, all that, it was overused. It went viral. Yeah, and definitely, I agree, because I do remember that term coming up around or about the pandemic, and how it was. I mean, there were so many viral videos and conversations. We even addressed that in Relationship Soup, right?
I'm sure you have. Yeah, I'm sure.
Listen. Okay, so my take on it is, I think that I'm glad that the information is out there, because there are truly situations and relationships, marriages, or whatever, where family ships, where people are dealing with a narcissist. That is very real. I think having that knowledge and information is a good thing, because it can really help people in how they move. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, this is what I'm dealing with, and different things like that. Okay, so as far as it being used just because, I mean, it's a bit much. So for me personally, I just feel like I'm just glad the information is out there. And if you're just using that word and you don't know, I mean, I'm just one of those people. I'm going to research, and I'm going to, make sure that, I know what I'm talking about before I put it out there, because I don't really like to be, giving bad information. And that could come from my my background in TV and radio, because I worked in TV before, and different stuff like that. So I like to be.
You kind of look like the weather lady traveling.
And today it's thunderstorms.
Let me find out you was a weather girl out there. Okay.
I wasn't a weather girl. I was doing some undercover stuff, investigations, right? So I had worked for the I team in it wasn't local. I worked for an I team where you investigate different things. Basically, you making businesses and people accountable for their BS. So I had that
Mm,
experience, which was a blessing.
okay.
So for me personally, I like to equip myself before I put it out there, right? So I'm not going to overuse a term because I like to be credible in what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
for those people that's just using it just because, I mean, you got the right to do whatever you want to do, but make sure you know what you're talking about. And if you really are dealing with a narcissist, like really get some help because the impact of narcissism is crazy. Like some people like, why don't they just leave or why don't they do this? Like it's a whole process to all of that. So that's all I got to
Yeah.
say about that.
No, I mean, I'm just glad that you agree. I was just hoping it wasn't me because,
Mm-mm.
it seemed like that term, like you said, after the pandemic and people were, people were going viral about it and researching it. And there are some real cases of it. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think sometimes we just learn a new word and don't really know what it means, not really
Yeah.
educated. So,
Be
so
educated.
yeah, that's dope. So let's get back to you and how you started. So what do you do? Like, how did you start this podcast, Relationship Soup? Like, what was the idea? How did this come about? Kind of sharing your story because a lot of times we have to be transparent as hosts.
Mhm.
Telling your truths, like you say, you were married, you're divorced, you call them that man a husband. And
Husband.
yeah, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I need to think of one. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
say it.
I don't know one for wife. If I come up one for
Yeah,
ex-wife, I'm gonna help you with that. You know what I'm saying? Um,
my beautiful, lovely ex-wives.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Much,
It ain't no love lost.
much respect. My daughter's mother. Hey, holding it down. Matt. Man, salute. Great, great. Two wonderful women.
Absolutely.
Um,
Um, so how did I come to Relationship Soup? The podcast is just more of an extension. Like I said, I do have a background in TV and radio. And then before podcasting was really popular, like early in the 2000s or whatever, I had co-hosted a show with a friend of mine, and like we did really well. It was called the Happy Hour Show or whatever, and we had a crazy following and all that stuff. So as far as me coming back to do this, because I definitely took a hiatus, I just wanted more of an extension of Relationship Soup, the group. Okay, and then I
okay.
also wanted to carry out, which I feel one of my purposes are to plant seeds and to bring people together so we can talk about our experiences because we go through experiences for a reason. I'm not trying to get all religious, well, not religion because I'm spiritual. I'm not trying to get all spiritual. I do feel we go through things for a reason, and those experiences can help someone else. Now, as far as my stance, because someone asked me, are you a relationship soup expert? Do you coin yourself that? No. No, no. I'm an expert of my own experiences. I feel that I'm more of an expert at bringing people together to tell their stories with the goal of getting resolution and understanding. So, and planting seeds. So if I do that with one person, I've won
Yeah.
with the Relationship Soup podcast. So basically, I feel like this is just an extension of the group, extension of what I feel one of my purposes in life is to do. So that's that. I mean, yeah, the whole story of even how I came up with the name and all that. I don't know if we got time for all that, but it's just basically an extension, and then it's an answered prayer too. So that's that.
No, and it is a blessing, and I know we met actually, and it's funny because I don't know you, like we didn't never
Yeah.
met personally, but of course mutual friends, social media, I seen you, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna reach out, I'm gonna share, and I think that's what us as podcast hosts, as podcast, podcasters, we got to support each other. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And because what I do, what is not going to affect what you do. What you do is not going to affect what I do. But if we
Mhm.
come together, we can shine brighter. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you reaching out to me and being a guest on your show. I had a great time. And so of course I had to return the favor, and so I just think that's what we have to do as a community. That's why I started my show. Is CINO is creating innovative new opportunities, And so that's why I have business owners, people like yourself, people that, you know, people that can inspire somebody to do something that they wouldn't have done if it wasn't for them watching this show or me having some type of impact. You know, it's like when I see people working out, you know, I may be lazy that day, but I may be scrolling, see somebody working out, and now I'm like, man, forget this. I'm about to go, you know what I'm saying, go in, you know what I'm saying? So it's this, I think it's the same type of concept, but I want to do it to inspire people. So if anybody out there wants to, you know, do a podcast or having, you know, or just want to do anything that you're scared to do, it's fear, false evidence appearing real. Don't let fear stop you from doing nothing. You know, we here on this earth, man, to conquer, to take charge, to be in control. And I think the systems around us have dimmed that light and put us in a box to where you can't do it. And so we're here, CINO on today. CINO and Lisa are here to tell you you can do it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So so where do you see yourself going? Where do you see yourself taking this thing? You know, what's the future for Relationship Soup?
I want Relationship Soup to continue to do what it's doing. I mean, it would be great to, you know, touch as many lives as we can, right? But I just see us continuing to do that. I want to impact the masses, you know, in a positive way. I want to bring positivity and light through Relationship Soup. So that's the momentum I want Relationship Soup to keep. So that's what we're gonna do. It's just we're gonna keep
Yeah.
up like this.
Man, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. So where can we find the books? Where can we find, you know, let the people know where we can find you, what you're doing. Give us all your social media, you know, info. Let's go.
Absolutely. Okay. So as far as the books, like it's on it's on various platforms. Amazon, just type in ABCs of Positive Affirmations for Children. You can find it there.
Now,
That's one of the
what
platforms.
ages is the book for? Like, what ages is it for? Like, is recommended?
Okay, so on the site they have it from 4 to 12, right?
12.
And
Okay.
so, which is yeah, so 4 to 12, right? Because basically it's just affirmations in alphabetical order. There's even a diary in the book and stuff like that. Because journaling is really powerful. I do a lot of journaling, and it has really helped me in many ways, even on my healing journey. So anyway, you can find it on Amazon. Look, don't get me
Okay.
started talking about that book because I'm so passionate about it. So you
No,
can find that on Amazon.
I got a baby girl, so I feed her nothing but she around daddy, so she get nothing but the real positive energy, and she's so loved, and so I gotta get the book, that's for sure. So I will be
Absolutely.
ordering the book. Absolutely, yeah,
Perfect.
ain't no question about that. So yeah,
So
yeah. Drop that book info one more time. You saw all Amazon.
yeah, it's on Amazon. You can find it on Amazon,
Okay.
Barnes and Nobles. Just you could just Google the book. Like you're gonna have to scroll a little bit, but you'll be able to find it. And
All right, man.
so,
We gonna get them numbers up. You know, we gonna get them
hey,
numbers
yeah,
up.
yeah, get them
Pheno
numbers up,
Nation,
and then
Pheno Nation. Let's get that book. All y'all that's got kids, even if you don't have kids, you still a kid at heart. So get the book. You need some positive affirmations in your life anyway. So yeah, Pheno
absolutely,
Nation.
I
Let's
say
go,
affirmations every day.
man. Got to.
I say affirmations every day, and so you can actually order it through me as well. So
Oh, yeah,
you can
yeah.
look
I'm going
on.
straight to the source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get it from me.
Okay.
You can get it from me.
Cool.
My
All right.
my website, relationshipsoup.com. Check that out. That's where you can find the greeting cards and all that stuff. And like I said, you can get that book through me as well. I can send it to you directly as well. So it's
Gotcha.
up to you. It's up to you. As
Okay.
long as the book gets in the baby's hands, that's all that matters. You feel me?
Yes.
So
Awesome.
so you can find the group Relationship Soup group on Facebook, and then on YouTube is Relationship Soup period. IG is Relationship Soup. And then if you want to follow me, I'm just under Relationship Soup LLC. So that's that.
Okay. And the show comes on every Wednesday.
Yes, Relationship Soup podcast. You can find it Wednesday nights at 8 p.m.
and you
Eastern
never know.
Standard Time.
That's right, Eastern.
Listen.
Shout out to Indianapolis, man. Y'all, Indianapolis been showing me mad love, man. I look at my
Yes.
my demographics and my analytics, and shout out to Indianapolis, Indiana, man. GI, Chicago, the whole Midwest, man. Shout out to the Midwest for just rocking with your boy. But so yeah, Wednesdays, and you never know who's gonna be on there. You may see you may see CINO on there every now and then,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, look, it's been a pleasure. You want to say anything before we go?
Really, like I say, even on my show, just love yourself. You have to love yourself. It starts with you first. And by loving yourself, by caring, the self-care and all that, you only going to raise your vibration, right? Always reach for your higher self. Love yourself first. So
Man. Hey, man. That's it, man. You've been tuned into another fire episode of Convo with CINO with my special guest today, Miss Lisa Hughes of Relationship Soup LLC and podcast. So it's your man Corey Williams, aka CINO. Tune in, tap in, like, subscribe, share. We out.
Word. That was dope. That was dope.